to class. In our last class, we talked about document production, and today we're going to continue that topic. We're going to look at how to set up your page layout. To do this, we need to understand how to set up the different sections of the page layout. We're also going to look at how the different sections of the page layout works, and that will be our learning objectives for today. Some of the keywords we're going to come across today are the margins. We're going to look at the page orientation. We're going to talk about the page size. We're going to look at page columns. We're going to look at page breaks. We're going to talk about the line numbers. And finally, we're going to look at the hyphenation. I have a couple of videos here for you to watch that's going to explain in details how these different sections of the page setup works, and it will also explain how you would need to format your document before you start doing other sections of the document production.
In this video, we'll see how to work on page setup and for printing purpose itself. So the topics which I'll cover here are like margins, orientation and the page size. So let us see that. Let us see how to change the margins of a page. So for changing the margins of a page, you can go to the layout tab. In this page setup, if you see there's a margins given here, you can select all the inbuilt margins one by one as per your requirement. Right now I have selected the margin that is the narrow margin. If I click on this last column setting, you see the gap changes automatically. If I click on this like this, the gap increases automatically. The place where this cursor is there, the place where this icon is there, from there I can start typing the text itself. So from here you can choose all the margins whichever you require. Suppose you are not happy with the inbuilt margins, you want some other margin or you want to customize your margin, you can select here as custom margins. So once you click on that, you get a dialog box. This dialog box gives you the full authentication to change the you can change the top height, you can change the left height itself, left width, bottom and right, anything whatever you want. From here you can see the preview. So what I'll do is I'll keep on changing the top and you see what happens. So if I click on this 3, 3.1, 3.2, you see the gap on the top increases. You observe here the gap at the top increases like this. And if I want to also increase the bottom, I can just increase the bottom and see what is happening at the bottom. This bottom place also increases. Similarly, so you can change all the 4 options. Now, next is if you want to take a printout of this and if you go for a binding, okay, if you want to bind a book, you need to, you have to spare some space on the left hand side, on this place, left hand side. So that left hand side space is known as gutter here, G-U-T-T-E-R, gutter. So what I'll do is, right now it is 0 centimeter. What I'll do is I'll try to increase this and you observe what will happen. I'll try to increase the gutter size, right? So now this is the size of the gutter. That means this space will be left for you when you go for a printing or when you go for a binding itself, a book. So this space will be left. Now sometimes you want to create a book and you want to take a printout back to back pages, right? Back to back pages. This will come one print on one page. If you want back to back print, you have to select as multiple pages. From here, you can select as mirror margins. So if you observe mirror margins, from the first page, it will be on the left hand, right hand side. Second page, it will be on the left hand side. So this way you can take a printout itself and you can bind a book or you can make some other, binding kind of stuff here. So this way it can work. Similarly, there are, you can select here as portrait or landscape like this. Portrait or landscape depends on what you want exactly. So if you want some printout, you can use this portrait, otherwise the landscape option, right? So I'll just click on OK. And this was how I created page setup. Second is if you want to change the orientation, the same thing. From here you can select the portrait and landscape. So I'll select here portrait. The next one is Now, what is the size of the document you want, size of the page you want? Do you want A4 size, A3 size for letter, or some legal document you want? So from here you can choose any document page size. Right now by default it is A4 size. So if I select here A3 size, you see the size changes. Similarly, you can select all the options from here. If you want some more page sizes, you can select from here more page sizes and you'll get this document. So from here you can select the same document size, page size from this place like this, A4, A3. Still, if you want to customize the page size, you can change the page size from here. So I'll just change and observe what will happen in the preview. You see the page size is changing automatically. Similarly, if I change this page size, the page size automatically changes, right, like this. And same way it will work itself. So I'll just click on OK and the page size will automatically change, right? The page size automatically changes. Now this was all about the page setup. Why I have written here as printing? Because the same options get repeated when you go for printing. So I can just go to the file. Where do you find the print? You can go to the file and you see there's a print button. So if I click on this print button, observe carefully. This one is the mirrored margins which you have seen right now, right? The margins which are selected here. Second one, if you see the custom page size, A4, A3, A5 legal page size. The page orientation, that is the portrait and the landscape, you can select any one of them. And yeah, even if you click on this page setup, still you will get the same dialog box, right? Same dialog box for margins and for the paper itself. So that is the reason, I'll just go back. That is the reason I've written as page setup and printing part 1. So these are 3 things. I hope you have understood how to work on margins, orientation and size. That's all for this video. In this video, we'll see the next part of page setup and printing. The topics include as columns. We can create multiple columns. That is the second one we'll see for the page break, line numbers and hyphenation. Now let us see the first one, that is columns, creating columns in the Word. Now for example, if you see, I have written some text over here and that's very small text which comes in this space itself. But the right hand space is been wasted, it's been empty. So I can also utilize the right hand side space by creating one more column in the same Word document itself. How do I create it? It's simple. I'll just keep my cursor at any place where I want to create a column in the same Word document, and I'll go to this design layout tab, and you see there's an option as column. So there is 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. So right now what I'll do is I'll select for 2 column. So if I click on 2 column, you observe what has happened. In the same Word document, it has created 2 columns and I can see them side by side. So I'll just show you a print setup. I'll just press Ctrl P from my keyboard. It's a print preview. You see your Word document would look like that, right? And so I'll go to the next page. You see it looks like that. If you do not use the columns, it will take more and more pages to print out, right? So I'll just press escape. So this way you can create one more column. So if you want, you can select this 3 columns in one page. So I'll just click on this 3 columns. So first column, second column and third column. So this way you can work on that. So I'll just remove all the places, columns, and I'll say as 1 column. And there are few more options, left and right, you can see that. Yeah. So the next one we have, how do I get a page break? Now what exactly is a page break? Suppose I want to include this text only in the first page, whereas I want to include this text on a new page itself. How do I get it? I can get it by 2 methods. One is I can use the shortcut key Ctrl Enter. So you see I'm on the first page. If I press Ctrl Enter from my keyboard, I press Ctrl Enter, you see I'm on the second page. From the second page, it comes at the starting point. That's how you can call it as page break. I'll press Ctrl Z and come back. This is one method. The second method, if you want to create a page break, is simple. You can go to the layout tab and you can see in this breaks, there's an option as page. So if you click on that, you see what will happen. Again, it will come back to the next page itself. So 2 methods. One is the, you can use the Ctrl Enter, or second option is you can go to the menu bar or tab you can select that break itself. Let us see one more example. The page break, this one, page break but for a column. You can break a column and get your data into the new column. So let us see how we can get it. But before that, we should have some columns. So I'll create 2 columns here like this. Now you see there's a data given as here as unit 1, unit 2 and unit 3. What I want is, I want this unit 3 to come from the second column itself. So I'll just keep my cursor at this place, at this location, and I can go to this breaks, and you see there's an option as columns. So if I click on this column, observe what will happen. I'll click on this column. So unit 3 went from here and it has been come to the next column itself. So if you want to break the page or break the column, the best method is you can go to the layout and select this option from here, like page and the column. Similarly, there are few more options which you can go for the text wrapping. When there are images, you can go for next page and continuous pages also. That's it. So the next one I have after this page break, I'll just remove the columns. I'll go to this column. I'll say as 1 column. Yeah, 1 column. Next I have, that is the topic is line numbers. If I want to give line numbers to my pages, I can give it line by line. You can get it the numbers, line numbers, and you see there's a continuous option. I'll click on continuous. So you see what has happened is, I'll go to the first page. It is the line number 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So the page finishes at 14. Next page starts at 15. So like this it keeps on going, and till the third page it starts from 30. What if I want every page to start a new number, right? Every page to start a new number, I can use this method, line numbers, and you can say as restart at each page. So restart at each page, you see it started from 1, it finished till 14, right? And the new page again it started from 1. So let us see the next page also. And the next page, if you see, it started again from 1. So if you want page number from every new page, you can select this option as restart at every page. Similarly, there are some sections related page numbers, or you can say restart each section and suppress. So that also we'll see in detail in the sections part itself. So this is how it works. So I'll just remove the line numbers. I'll say as none. I do not want any line numbers. Next is next topic we have, that is hyphenation. Now if you see, I've written some text on the place and there is some word. This is a test document for MS Word, some data I've written here. What I want is, I want the text to be coming here, whatever it can fit, right? So that is nothing but hyphenation. From there it can continue the word. So here I'll select the hyphenation and I'll click on automatic. Observe what will happen. If I click on automatic, this document word will come here. Similarly, this space can be utilized. I'll just click on this automatic. You see document word, DOCU, hyphenation and the next. Again documentation, hyphenation and next. So this way I can automatically use my space and it will be continued, right? So again, if I select this hyphenation, if I click on none, so hyphenation went away. So this way we can work on the hyphenation part also. So I hope you have understood the different topics when you go for a page setup, and if you want to take a printout or something, these are the things which will be required. One is the columns, second is the page break, line numbers, and also for the hyphenation. So I hope you have understood all the topics.